Solex Nation. We are so happy to be with you tonight. We have had so many great testimonials come in about SEFIdots. We love that you love SEFIdots.
Yeah, they are a great ad, a way to carry frequencies with you, right? Throughout the day, and so many other things, so many other applications, so many things everybody is doing to like show us what we didn't even think about doing.
Oh, we love hearing your suggestions. I think I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I heard somebody say that at Dave Discovery, they programmed Perfect Body into their SEFIdot, and that's the only thing they did that changed in their routine, and they lost 10 pounds. So I programmed Perfect Body.
She really likes that one.
Let me tell you, I do like that one.
But I'll tell you this, I program it too.
Perfect Body?
Perfect Body. But I also do cellular restore quite a bit.
You do cellular restore.
When I'm not doing the scan to do whatever my body needs at the time, and I want to like force. Is it forcing a frequency?
I don't know. I know, because your body will use what it needs.
Right, and my intention is for that to come into alignment.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Good. And there's nothing wrong with scanning the SEFIdot application to find out what your body wants and imprint that into your SEFIdot, and then you can add things that you want to add as well.
Well, in fact, for those that are new here and SEFIdots haven't even heard about SEFIdots, SEFIdots are, show them your SEFIdot. Oh, it's underneath some of your bracelets here. Okay, so this is a little dot, foil-lined holographic image with a silicone bubble on it, where you can program, imprint, and attach that to your skin and carry it with you. There's a lot more to it, but the short of it is we have an application in Sefi, of course, called SEFIdots, where you can just simply scan your body, and it will bring up the frequency or that alignment of frequency that is relevant to your body right now. You can imprint that into the SEFIdot, place that in the appropriate spot based on the diagram that you're given, and off you go.
And you could also keep that SEFIdot in place. I keep my SEFIdot right here, and I hold my device up to the SEFIdot. I erase my SEFIdot, and then I imprint my SEFIdot. I don't take it off, okay? So we don't want you taking them on and off if you don't need to.
Yeah.
You can erase and imprint right on your body.
Right there on your body.
Yeah.
And we generally say that they're going to stay in place about 72 hours. That's what we hope. We know that a lot of you have had different experiences, and a lot of asked questions, can I reattach it? And sure, as long as it's useful, continue to make use of it. But then also be aware that the oils from the body and different things that you put on your skin or the skin exudes, it will take its toll on the SEFIdot as well.
That's
and so switching it out and making it, relevant and prime and available and ready to be made best used by the body is also important. So
yeah, that's a very valid point. I actually this is one of the spots that the SEFIdots application suggests placing your SEFIdot, and I can't place it here because of the oils on my hands. I use lotion and wash my hands all the time, and it doesn't last very long. So I place it here. This is best for me. This is where it stays the longest, and I notice the benefits from it. So I'm happy with it right there.
Well, yeah, and the one I use it, I run every morning, so I'm sweating, and then I go in the shower, no problems. I usually can easily get them to last the 3 days. Sometimes 4 or 5.
Do you think it's a good idea to people have been having trouble putting the sticker on? Should we maybe show them how we do it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right, so the SEFIdot is all imprinted, and now we're going to put it onto Kai's wrist. Now this is clean. No lotion, nothing on it, so that we can make sure that it sticks appropriately. So we're going to stick the SEFIdot on, and now we take the adhesive. Now hold this little tab, okay, while you peel off the bigger portion, taking great care not to touch any of that sticky part. You don't want to get any oils on it. Place it over the middle of the SEFIdot, and then take that little tab that you used to hold it off. It's a little awkward angle for me, sorry.
You're left-handed.
I am left-handed.
Good luck.
Thanks. Hold on, I'm gonna get this off really quickly without touching it. There we go. All right, now we've had a lot of questions about this blue. Do we leave this blue on? No, you don't. You want to peel off. It's broken in the middle, so you can see it's cut through the middle. So you want to grab one side and pull it off. and then the other remaining side, and pull it off. And then just make sure it's all sealed on there. And with the application like this, it should last you well up to 72 hours. And you've exercised with these, you take showers, all of it, and it stays right in place, right?
Good. Okay, so with my SEFIdot on now, I imprinted this one with cellular
Restore.
Thank you. But so we talked just before about how if you're new to this, you can just scan your body and you get that alignment right. Or you can choose which of the solutions for frequencies you want. And so you can click the drop down right there.
But how do you know what they all are?
That's been a question. And so we have a solution.
We have a solution.
Here we go.
Okay, so we have a quick guide. This is available in your back office. But this is just a quick guide that gives you all of the different descriptions of each of the SEFIdot choices, frequency choices that you can elect. And of course, you can use any of the frequencies in your SEFIdot. You don't have to stick to just what's in SEFIdots.
We've talked even about using the optimized frequency and carrying that frequency with you if you've scanned that morning and needed to carry that forward. Yeah, that you can imprint it with any frequency, but when you're using the targeted SEFIdot frequencies, here's the description. It's printable. There's a one-pager in the back office.
So we have a PDF just with all the descriptions that you can print off, or we made this size so that you can send it to people. We know a lot of you are sending SEFIdots or giving them to people, and so this is a great description to guide for them. And you can also, if you're sending them, you can give them this. This just explains how to place the SEFIdot and really what a SEFIdot is. So these are printable in your back office.
And I think in this one, it also, in the placement, you can also remind folks what you imprinted with.
You can write in.
There's a writing space where you can give a better description of where you've agreed upon with that person, where they should place it, but then even put the reminder of what you imprinted it with. I think that helps people.
Yep. All right, so that's enough about SEFIdots. Let's move on to license plates. I'm very much enjoying this week because 2 for us, 0 for Lauren.
Yes!
They are both, this week, Solex plates.
Solex plates. Okay, let's show them.
Okay.
So this first one is Becky Coots-Kimbley.
And Annelise Werme. Annelise, I hope I said your name right. I should have asked you at Day Discovery how to say your last name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we talked. I'm pretty sure
that's how you say it.
That's how you say it. But good job. Good job choosing Solex. Welcome to the Kind Shelby Club. It's a subset of the Legacy Group. We got to make something with that. But they get a Solex silver coin.
So yes, you get another Solex. So I'm going to say another because they both have one. Yep. A Solex silver coin, and we will send those out to you tomorrow. If any of you would like to get your own license plate, just contact your local DMV, your local government to get those plates, and you will get a Solex silver coin from us and be part of the Legacy Group.
Should we talk about the contest and Top Enrollers?
Yeah.
Okay, so the contest, if you'll remember, if you enrolled somebody and then commented on last week's call, if you did both of those things, we're sending out a bottle of gold.
A 4-ounce bottle of the Ionex gold.
And so we actually had quite a few sign-ups, and we had some people comment, and so we're going to send those out to you.
Yeah, if you did both of those things, your Ionex gold is in the mail.
And then Top Enrollers, do we know what week this was for?
Yes, this is for October 10th through the 16th. Now, this was an interesting one. Should we say how many people enrolled in 1 week?
Yes. Well, how many? Yeah, about,
we had
about 50?
Just over 50 people. You signed up just over 50 people this week.
That's fantastic.
But let's talk about how interesting the Top Enrollers are. We have one first place winner, and then everybody else tied.
Was tied for second.
Because the first place winner signed up two. And then everybody else signed up 1, that's a lot of people bringing someone on.
You know what, that is a great, and even, our Sheila Day was our top enroller.
Yes,
for the week. Congratulations, Sheila. She's getting a silver coin
as
well.
Yes, yep.
And everybody else, that massive 40-something, 50-something people tie for second place, that you're still winning. That is a great thing for us to see the diversity of everybody sharing what Solex is and the AO scan technology We just love it. We think that that is such a wonderful thing, that you're courageous, because what it's showing is there's some of the concerns that we've had to date where people didn't know what to say or didn't know how to go about sharing.
Or I don't know everything about the scanner, so how can I share it?
And what we've kind of, at least what we've encouraged everyone to do, and you guys have encouraged each other a ton, is to stay simple.
Yeah.
Right? Stay with something that you know, that you are comfortable with. Maybe that's something that you've just had an experience with. That's your starting point if you want to share it. You know, if that's inner voice, you stay with inner voice. My lead, I've said this before, is always inner voice because I resonate with that all the time. My emotions, I love understanding and improving my emotions, not just once a day, but throughout the day. And so I can talk to that all day long and how that ties to disease and how you feel throughout the day. It's just so powerful.
Well, and I want you to remember too that you don't have to know everything about the scanner to share it. In fact, you know, we live and breathe this AO scan, you know, all day long, every day. And we have for years. And I still ask Lauren questions all the time. I still have to find things out that I don't understand or know. I love that I don't know everything about the AO scan, that I'm still learning. I think that if you feel like you have to know everything, I think that you could probably overwhelm somebody.
Yeah.
They would feel like, wow, she knows or he knows so much. I'm going to have to get there too in order to do this.
Right. Two parts to that, right? One is the paralysis by analysis, right? I don't know much, so I better know everything before I even open my mouth.
Yeah.
But then there's the flip side. The person who hears from you, if they can't do what you do, they're going to say, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to try to do that. That's intimidating. The more simple we make this, even though the scanner can do so much, it's so powerful and it's so flexible, it can do a lot. But let's baby step our way into this.
That's right. That's right.
So.
Now, speaking of sharing, we had some great testimonials that have come in that we really wanted to share with you. And so today is a wonderful call. If you have people that are interested in the scanner, this is a good one to show them. We're going to show you some experiences, real experiences that people have had with their scanner and how it's changed their lives.
Yeah, I'm going to put a plug for the goldfish one. That's one of my favorites ever.
It is awesome. So that's to you, Layton. He loves your video. So should we go ahead? Should we start with Layton's video?
Let's do it.
All right.
Hello, Alexis. My name's Layton Swan. I'm about 12 years old, and I'm going to tell you about how the AO Select scanner saved my fish a little bit. And so he was pretty much, we thought he was dead, but he was actually not. So we ran some frequencies, and about 3 hours later, started perking up and started swimming around, and by morning, he's pretty much fine. So here he is. He's fine. His little to-go container. And we're running frequencies for him right now. So thank you guys for making this awesome piece of technology, and I hope you guys have a truly blessed day.
Howdy, I'm Dr. Kevin Gursky. I'm a veterinarian from the great state of Texas, and I'm here with my friend Amber Moseley.
Hi, I'm Amber Moseley, and I'm from Texas, and I own a quantum energy wellness center along with my sister, and I have a lot of horses and animals. So we're here just to, I guess, visit with each other about some things and how Dr. Gursky's been using the AO scanner.
We had a couple of interesting cases in the
Yes.
last couple of months. Jake the dog. Okay, would you like to talk to us about Jake the dog?
Yeah, Jake the dog, he had some eye issues, and actually I took him to a specialist. There was dry eyes. I scanned him and ran frequencies on him for about 2 months, and then he was still having some issues, and Dr. Gursky suggested I take him and have him looked at for glaucoma. So I did, and he tested no glaucoma, and actually all of his dry eyes have gone away, no dry eyes. So then I got with Dr. Gursky and we scanned him, and then I'll let you kind of tell what we saw.
So on physical, over the phone, almost a televet type situation, Amber was telling me that one of the eyes was large. Well, so we think of exophthalmos, the globe of the eye actually enlarging with fluid. And that wasn't the case with Jake. What we found on the scan was very accurate. The muscle that actually rotates the eye up in the socket was showed a lot of inflammation. And when we see a picture of Jake, which we'll have in momentarily, you can see that the eye is not larger. It's not doesn't have an increased pressure or anything like that. It's just the left eye was raised up inside the socket. Conversely, on his right eye, the muscles of the palpebra were showing quite a bit of inflammation, and so the eye was closed. So he had one eye that was very open, very very wide, and then the muscles of the eyelids were very relaxed and closed down. So we looked at the rest of the scan of the head. He had some cranial nerves that were showing inflammation. A lot of the arteries of the head, a lot of the arteries of the brain that were showing inflammation. There was inflammation showed in the optic chiasm, which when we put all that together, so we talked a lot this week about putting the dots all together, connecting all the dots. We look at all that with the scan, with the physical exam of Jake, and it's pretty evident that he had a stroke at one point in his life, in the very very close past, very recent, and he's doing better now.
What I was worried about is not only his eyes, but the way he walks. So what you saw in the scanner kind of gave me an answer about why he was walking the way he's walking.
Certainly.
And then what I do notice is that when I scan him and optimize him daily, he improves. And then I usually send him frequencies, eyes, ears, pain, and other things. But he definitely improves when I'm sending him frequencies. Like literally, I'll be sending him frequencies overnight, and the next day I get up and I'm like, okay, is this a different dog? Right. So,
So I think of the energy wave transfer. Of course, it's measured in frequencies. When we optimize those daily, we see a lot of improvement. That's actually getting the body ready to heal itself. That's what the body was made to do. It's we see that in the human primates. We see that in our pets. If the body can heal itself, it will, and that's what these frequencies are doing. That's what the energy waves are doing. When we go back and optimize them, they have a 24-hour period of healing for themselves, and that's the best medicine we've got is our own healing powers, the inflammatory response that we've got, as long as it doesn't overdo itself. All of the white blood cells, cytokines, all the inflammatory cells are there to heal the body, and we just get the body ready to heal and improve the preparation of the body to be healed by itself. So I think scanning daily is very important for your pet.
Yeah, definitely. I can tell a difference, like if I travel or something happens and I'm off scanning him daily, I can tell a big difference on that, and myself as well. So absolutely.
All of my patients that we scan on a regular basis, it seems like we not only don't have excess problems popping up, but those patients seem to, whatever problems that we're treating, the treatment goes much more rapidly, and the animal gets back to a healthy state faster and stays there longer.
Well, what I was excited about after you looked at his scans was the fact that when I left the eye specialist, he said the only other option would be possibly a stroke. Mm-hmm. But he said there's really nothing here that I can diagnose a stroke with, and the only other option would go to Texas A&M, which would be very costly for me. And I don't know how you would manage a dog with stroke. Just getting the diagnosis would cost me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Certainly. And that's the thing. You're going to spend thousands of dollars to get a diagnosis and with no treatment, because there's not a lot of treatment. Now we're just supportive therapy is the treatment that the dog needs. That Jake needs proper nutrition. He needs some anti-inflammatories at times, and not a long-term situation. And that's the beauty of the AO scan. You can look at that daily. Does he need it today? We can put him on, take him off, especially if it's, I recommend a homeopathic or a more natural as opposed to a concentrated big farm product. I think we're better off with something that we can get concentrated in the system and pull back out instead of something that we've got to get concentrated in the bloodstream, and maintain that concentration. We get so many adverse effects from doing that. So things that we can put in, take out, things that are naturally utilized by the body. Also, when we're scanning, we get the body ready to accept the outside forces that we're putting in. So a homeopathic or if we are going to use a big farm product, antibiotic, anti-inflammatory, something like that, we've got the body more ready to accept it. So we have a decreased chance of seeing those adverse effects within the animal, within the body.
So let me ask a quick question. So I know you have a lot of animals you think about every day. So is that one of the reasons why you wanted me to scan Jake daily before you gave him the natural anti-inflammatory liquid?
Exactly.
And you saw the increase on every day on his scans.
Exactly.
Just to let everybody know, he was very adamant, like, I want you to scan and optimize and your dog before you apply the natural anti-inflammatory that he has. And then you saw the results, and
Right.
I saw the results.
Right. So we're getting the body ready. We're getting those frequencies within the cells. I heard a lot of, me and Dr. Tucker were talking about cell memory. There's some misconceptions about that, but once we get the cells, all of the cells, and Dr. Tucker would agree with me on this, we get the cells ready to accept what we're going to do as a treatment. There again, we have less chance of those adverse reactions. Some of the adverse reactions that we have in big farm, and we used a more natural treatment and remedy. But if I'm going to put an antibiotic into an animal system, if I've got the time to scan them several times to get them ready for that for several days, and sometimes we don't have the time. Sometimes we got to go, and that's part of it. Sometimes we have to do emergency surgery. Sometimes we have to. The drugs that we need to put them in immediately, and then go to scanning the animal to try to help out and decrease adverse effects. But if I've got the ability, and Jake was certainly a chronic condition, we weren't in a giant hurry. We were just trying to make his life a little better, and I believe we have. We could prepare the body for the treatment first, and then apply the treatment, and that was very successful for us.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say thank you for saving me all those thousands of dollars.
You bet. You bet.
So, Dr. Gursky, I have to ask you a question. How
Sure.
do you think that the AO has changed your practice, not only for yourself, but kind of how you feel about looking at the scans and helping people?
So, as well as anybody, I'm on the road all the time looking at
All the
lots of
time.
different animals. So, in Jake's case, you were able to send me the scan after you scanned him, and we could rule out glaucoma and some of the other eye problems right away. And I could do that remotely and not have to be right there, give him the complete exam, X-ray his head, all the stuff that we had to do. Some of those things need to be done to
Right.
back up what we understand, but I can see a snapshot in time right there and say, okay, this is not something that I have to go see that dog right this second. I can go home and go to sleep if I need to, and go see him tomorrow or something. So that's the main way that this AO scan has helped my practice.
Awesome. Yes. And giving me peace of mind too.
Excellent. Yeah,
Yeah.
you bet.
So we have more for you, and we will be back soon.
As a special needs mom, I have spent countless hours in advocacy, research, and diagnostic evaluations. I made it my mission to work on root cause solutions and find more natural opportunities to help my family. And that's exactly what Solex has gifted us. I found Solex in October of 2021, and I immediately, within 3 days, could feel a change, weight lifted off of me, and knew that it was something that I had to bring to my family. We have been using it every single day through clearing, through shielding. We send SEFIs, and I run scans, especially for those of my children that can't communicate their needs. With consistent use of this device, we've been able to minimize the use of medications. It has opened a new world to us for additional healing modalities. We have seen a significant change in the building of our relationships, and we have so much hope for the future of our family's health. Thank you, Solex.
Hi, we're the Ackleys. I'm Bill,
And Denise.
and we're users of the Solex scanner. We're here to tell you a story and introduce you to our son Michael. Michael was born at 24 weeks, which means he was 4 months premature. He had, because of that, he had some brain injuries, and he suffered from cerebral palsy, and he had autism. He was on the spectrum. And he developed some pretty serious gastrointestinal issues and bowel issues because of some medications that he needed to use. He also had some pretty serious behavioral challenges throughout his life. And we want to share with you how the Solex scanner affected his quality of life and changed our life as a family. And so I'm going to start off with talking about one of the biggest benefits that we saw from the scanner. And it was from the vitals and comprehensive scans. So once I started using the vitals and comprehensive scans with Michael, we noticed that it helped his bowel function. So I want to tell you a little bit about the procedures that I would go through with Michael. He had no bowel motility, meaning that he could not have bowel movements without help. And so we would do 2 enemas every other day to help him stay regular. And that usually took, from start to finish, it took me about 30 to 45 minutes usually, with at least 30 minutes sitting in the bathroom on the toilet and me being there with him to make sure he didn't fall off the toilet, to make sure everything worked out well. And sometimes dealing with manic episodes of Michael just being upset, not wanting to be there. And so there was a lot of frustration around those times every other day. And so once we started scanning and optimizing, we noticed that Michael, all of a sudden that time started to come shorter and shorter, to where it then became a 15-minute process instead of a 45-minute process. And that was huge, because it really just worked like clockwork. And if I would forget to do a scan that week, so I would usually do 1 to 2 scans a week for Michael. He didn't really need much more than that. So I'd do 1 to 2 scans a week, I'd optimize, and if I forgot a scan, I noticed that we would lose ground, and it would go back to closer to 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'd be in there with him, and Denise would say, "What's taking so long? Did you remember to scan this week?" And I'd say, "No, I forgot." And so I would remember to scan, and it would always, we'd have great results with that.
Yeah. And we have another thing that, as a mother's intuition, when we saw such progress with the enemas and with his bowels, I started noticing other things, since he was nonverbal, trying to pick up on how we can help him. And one thing that we did is he would drool a lot. And so I started running cerebral palsy on the Sefi, and it would help. Basically, within a few minutes, he would stop drooling. The other thing I really noticed is, he would grind his teeth, and he would grind them to the point where it was uncomfortable for other people to hear. And I started thinking, well, it's uncomfortable for me. What is he feeling? And wanted to figure out, how can I take that discomfort away? So I went through the Sefi, used my mother's intuition to get through the long list, and decided, looking at gastrointestinal and knowing what his history is, and found I would run indigestion number 1 and 2, or some other gastrointestinal frequencies, and noticed a significant difference in how much he would grind his teeth. He would do it much less when we did that.
Yeah, and she really started jumping into the Sefi and using it. We would use it for the bathroom, what I just talked about. We actually had an enema.
The enema playlist.
Yeah, on the Sefi.
Yeah.
And another thing we would do, and this is really where the Sefi began for us, was his manic episodes when we would be driving. When we'd go, like, for example, one time I was taking him to a movie, and load him in the back of the Honda Pilot. We had a Honda Pilot, and I would put him in the back of that, and we'd go off to the movie. And Michael would, this one day he completely flipped out, had a manic episode. He also had a G tube for feeding because he would not eat by mouth, and so we would feed him through his G tube. And he pulls his G tube out, scratches his tummy. So you've got food, gastric fluid, and blood all over his shirt. And I could see it in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, okay, great, I got to pull around. Michael, guess what? We're going home. I'm sorry, we can't go to the movie today. We've got to go home because you just decided to pull your button out. And so we turn around, we go home. So Denise said, you know what? I'm going to run the SEFI. Let's see what we can do. Peace, calm, and tranquility, inner peace. And it was like magic. He would calm down. She actually brought him back from in the middle of a manic episode, brought him back to a peaceful state where he was just happy, enjoying the ride, and loving life. And that's what the scanner did for us.
Yeah.
Those three of those things, and so many others we could talk about, but it really helped us realize a better life for Michael, a better quality of life. And Michael is no longer with us. He passed away 9 months ago, but his quality of life is so incredible the last 4 to 5 years of his life because of our scanner and the time we had to with the big scanner all the way now through the mobile scanner. And we're so grateful to have found Solex and to have benefited from this great technology.
So thank you, Solex. We love scanning.
This call was filled with testimonials.
It was.
And you know what else we're getting a whole bunch of testimonials on?
SEFIdots.
SEFIdots.
Yeah.
He knew it. I had it in my hand. We're getting a ton of people all over the place talking about what they do with SEFIdots and having some incredible, actually even surprising experiences.
We've had some great testimonials on SEFIdots.
Yep.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And not just for people. People are using it on their pets. They're using it in so many. They're giving it to their kids.
Yep.
They're obviously, we know that some people are wanting to send them across country, and they're trying to figure out, how do I do this? How do I imprint this and send it across the country? We have a solution for that.
Okay, well, wait. We have one QLA that put it on the center of their steering wheel in their car.
Really?
Yeah, so that it's going this way and the car at the same time. I think it's amazing.
So it's like an air freshener.
That's
Right? Maybe we can scan and put
An
it on
energy
our-
freshener.
An energy freshener. That's perfect.
No, it's awesome.
Well, so let's give away a pack
Okay.
of SEFIdots.
Okay.
3 people, of course.
Perfect.
Comment on this call. What are you doing? How are you using your SEFIdots? How are you scanning? Are you using the scan and just what the scanner tells you as far as what you need? Are you stacking frequencies? What are you doing? Who are you sharing it with? Comment on the call.
That's right.
And we'll, next
That's
week,
right.
3 people.
Thanks, guys.
Hello, welcome Solex Nation. We're so happy to be with you tonight. No, I can't do it. Okay, ready? Hello, welcome Solex Nation. We're so happy to be with you tonight.
Yeah, you screwed that up.
I did. You didn't hear me though. You didn't hear me. Neither are you, Lauren. You're in this too.
I can't. This is not a good one. And then Top Enrollers. Do we know what week this was for?
Yes, this is for.
Shoot.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Bill. I'll start again.
Definitely that's good.
That was a good one.
Okay. Hi, we're the Ackleys. I'm Bill.
Denise.
Yeah.
That might be a
I'm glad you
blooper
remembered.
too.